Today is Saturday, it's the 12th of October 2024, and here's a little bit of a news update. And it's actually a second take of that news update because earlier on today we went to the airport and I intended to do the news update from there, but as I got to the airport and set up my camera, I did the recording. When I got home I discovered there was no sound, so this is the second time I've tried that. So just a little bit about the airport this morning. As we got to the airport, it was really busy, and maybe some of that is due to the fact that today's a public holiday. Today is España Day. It's the national day for Spain. It's also sometimes referred to as Columbus Day. I'll say more about that in a minute. But as we were going into the airport, we were going to see Angela, to meet Angela. She's arriving from Manchester this morning, and it was very busy. I was quite surprised how busy it was after the return trip from Malaga last week, when it was much quieter. In fact, the airport was empty. So first thing we do is to have a look at the arrivals board and see whether it's on time or whatever. And we knew we were going to be early. I think we were probably about half an hour early. So we went to the coffee bar, and Anita went off to get a cup of coffee. And while she did that, I sat down and made my little news report, which was very good, I'm told. Sorry, you won't be able to hear that one because there was no sound. Anyway, here's what I was talking about at the time. So today's a national holiday and sometimes called Columbus Day. And Columbus has been in the news this week because the remains, his bones, have been analysed, and they're looking at the DNA to help them to identify where Columbus is actually from. Now, many people in Mallorca will tell you that Christopher Columbus, who discovered America in 1492, is from Mallorca, and others will say, well, no, he's Italian, he comes from Genoa. Well, the DNA is hopefully going to help prove that. The evidence for him having been born in Mallorca seems a little bit sparse. I could only find one clear big piece of evidence, and it concerns an island off Venezuela which was named Margarita. Margarita is a Mallorquin name, and if he came from Genoa, it would probably have been Margarita or Margareta, but certainly not Margarita. So that's their evidence. I know it's a little bit thin. Well, the Spanish television are doing a documentary, and all is going to be revealed, and we'll find out roughly where Columbus came from. And you know, if the evidence shows he wasn't born in Mallorca, they'll say, well, maybe they weren't his bones. But anyway, it's a nice tale, and we'll see what the answer comes from the TV program. Other things that are in the news, and as we're in the airport, it seemed good to talk about the new entry-exit system, this electronic system that was due to come in on the 10th of November. The 10th of November was always going to be a sort of flexible date, and they did say that it might have to run on until the 17th of November. Well, earlier on this week they've said it's not going to come in on the 10th or the 17th, and they're not sure when it's going to come in. So this entry-exit system has been delayed, and we don't know exactly when it's going to be delayed until, so we'll see. Bit of bad news though, again concerning the airport. In the airport, the handling staff have called for a strike. They have not actually identified any days for the strike, at least not as of today they hadn't. But they're not happy with their lot, they're not happy with the wages, they're not happy with the conditions, and so they're suggesting that they're going to be calling for a strike in the near future, but no date has been set on that. You may have seen the report I did from Magaluf about a week or so ago. Magaluf, the promenade, is being dug up, and when we went down we saw lots of heavy machinery down there, lots of fencing off, and they've started at the Nicky Beach end, and they've actually started to dig up the promenade completely. Well, I've now actually seen some plans, they've been in the papers, and they show lots more palm trees, a brand new promenade, and they're going to install some sand dunes, and those sand dunes will have some hardy plants that can survive the rigours of being there. This is all going to take 7 months, which is why they're starting in October. They want it to be finished before the season starts next year. It's taken the business holders and the people who are on holiday and about to come on holiday here a little bit by surprise. And some of them have just closed down, others are just not very happy. Tom Brown's, which is right on the front there, and they've said they're going to stay open until the end of the month. They've always said they were going to do that, but the access is not going to be able to be made from the beach side. That all is going to be dug up, so you have to do it from the side where the elevated swimming pools are on the inside hotel. So if you come down that passageway, you can still get to Tom Brown's and you can still enjoy the fantastic food that they have there at reasonable prices. Somewhere, well, we haven't been for a long time, but it's somewhere that we do like to promote because it's somewhere children used to love going all those years ago. The project itself is predicted to cost something like €4 million. Some of that money is coming from the local government, some of it is coming from the European Union. And on a side issue, another piece of news is that ABTA are going to be having their annual convention in Magaluf in 2025. So I'm guessing they want to get it all looking pretty good for the ABTA convention. So that might be something else that spurred them along to get it done earlier rather than later. So we feel a little bit sorry for all the people who are coming on holiday at the end of October, and for the businesses that are staying open during the last couple of weeks of the season. I did say that places like Pirates and BCM are already closed, but you might find that they will open up for a party. And Halloween has always been a party celebrated by Pirates and a party celebrated by BCM. So look out for those if you're around for the Halloween period. Other things in the news, again to do with the airport, is Four Seasons is the Hotel Formentor. We actually won a prize, and the hotel at the Formentor was owned by Barcelona. We won a prize in any Barcelona hotel, so I need to chose the Hotel Formentor, and we spent a few days there. It was a really nice hotel, a real bit of luxury. Well, the hotel was pretty much demolished and rebuilt, and it's owned by Four Seasons, which is a big holiday company from America. And they have a special club, a set of hotels that people can fly to, which they promote throughout the world. So Mallorca is now becoming one of those. And if you're a member of this and you want to do this, it's by private jet. They've got their own private jet, which will fly you to the island. I don't think we'll be doing that, not unless we win another fantastic prize, but I very much doubt it. But something that's going to bring some more money, hopefully, to the island and help the economy here. A little bit of sad news, and that is the demise of Rafa Nadal. Rafa Nadal, the tennis player who is a great promoter of the island, has now announced that he is going to be retiring from tennis at the end of the season, at the end of this year really. He's got one big tournament that is coming up in November. That's the Davis Cup, which is going to be in Malaga, and he's going to be taking part in that, all being well. But after that, he's hanging up his tennis racket and not going to be taking part in any more professional matches. I guess he'll still be knocking the odd ball around. I'm sure he's not going to be putting his feet up. He will be doing lots of other things. He's a very busy man with lots of his fingers in lots of different pies. He's got the hotels that he's starting with the Melia Group, the first one being the Zell Hotel in Palma Nova. And we're going to see Zell hotels, I think, popping up throughout the world as a sign of luxury, a luxury type hotel with the Rafa touch to it. And here on the island, he's got his academy, which has been going now for quite a number of years. And the academy, the tennis academy, is attached to a school. It's a high school following an American type curriculum. And there's also a museum there where you can go. It's an interactive sort of museum with lots of things that you can do, driving fast cars and sort of games, sort of thing that children and adults, I suppose, alike enjoy. We took our grandchildren there a couple of years ago. They really had a great time. And you can go there to see the trophy room, which is absolutely full of trophies that Rafa has won over the years. Well, I wish him well in his retirement, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of him doing just different things. Well, that brings me to the end of the news, and thanks very much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye for now.